What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Crypto Over Redbull. And today we're going to be covering our top blue chip cryptos. Bitcoin whales are waking up, Trump's team getting bullish, BNB Chain outpacing Ethereum, and Larry Fink throwing out a mind-blowing Bitcoin price prediction. But before we get started, if you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give a 5-star rating, it is much appreciated. So go ahead, pop open that Red Bull, and let's go. So King Crypto Bitcoin started the week with a notable surge, climbing above 87,500, following comments from President Donald Trump about a flexible approach to upcoming tariffs. This optimism was reflected in the market, with Bitcoin price reaching 87,750, a 3.6% increase in the past 24 hours. Technical analysis indicates that Bitcoin bulls show strength throughout the week, but face stiff resistance at the $87,500 level. Ethereum mirrored Bitcoin's upward trend, rising to $2,090 early in the week. However, technical analysis suggests that Ether's recovery stalled at the 20-day exponential moving average of 2,067, indicating that bears are active at higher levels. BNB experienced a pullback that found support at the 20-day EMA of $608 on March 19th, indicating buying the dips. The price subsequently rose $630 with a 1.41% increase in 24 hours, suggesting a slight edge for buyers. Solana rebounded off the $120 mark to $110 support zone on March 18th, indicating that bulls are aggressively defending this area. If buyers can push the price above the 20-day EMA of 137, it could signal the start of a sustained recovery. Dogecoin, and one of my favorites, saw a modest rise, trading at just over 8 cents with a 2.4% increase in the past 24 hours. The price action suggests that Doge is following the broader market trends, with traders eyeing upcoming US economic data for further direction. The hot crypto in the news cycle, of course, XRP, experienced a 2.4% rise, trading at $2.46, boosted by news that regulators had dropped a case against Ripple. This positive development contributed to the gradual increase in XRP's price, reflecting broader market optimism. And last but not least, Cardano's price analysis indicates that it is following the general market's trends like most of the rest, with technical indicators suggesting potential support levels to watch. Investors are advised to monitor market movements closely for further insights. So let's start off the news with our guy, Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy. The company just acquired 6,911 more Bitcoin for a total of $584.1 million, averaging at $84,529 per Bitcoin. That brings their total holdings to over 205,000 Bitcoin. If there's one guy who has unwavering conviction in Bitcoin, it's Saylor. But his strategy is to convert corporate cash reserves into Bitcoin, effectively making MicroStrategy a de facto BTC ETF. But why does this matter? Because Saylor's relentless accumulation continues to reinforce Bitcoin's digital gold narrative. Every time MicroStrategy makes a buy, it signals to the market that institutions are still accumulating despite high prices. We might even see more big players follow suit. On the political front, things are heating up. Bo Hines, Trump's executive director of digital assets, just came out and said, "We want as much Bitcoin as we can get." This is a massive shift from the previous administration's skeptical stance on crypto. With Trump back in office, we're more than likely going to see pro-Bitcoin policies, regulatory clarity, and maybe even more institutional adoption like we just talked about in the last segment. And with BlackRock and other institutions deep in the Bitcoin game, it seems like political figures are finally recognizing Bitcoin's importance on the global stage. Now let's talk DeFi. And if you follow my YouTube channel, Crypto and Cause Investing, you know that this is my favorite area of crypto. Now, according to DeFi Llama, the BNB Chain just outpaced Ethereum in 7-day DEX trading volume. That's right, Binance's blockchain handled more decentralized exchange volume than Ethereum over the past week. But once again, why does this matter? It shows that BNB Chain is a serious player in DeFi, and basically starting out my journey in the DeFi space 4-ish years ago, BNB is kind of where it all started for me. So I really like that chain, and I still think it's one of the better chains out there. So I personally really want to see things circle back around. We're also going to have lower fees and faster transactions that are going to be attracting users away from Ethereum. Now, Ethereum still dominates in TVL, or total value locked, but activity and transactions count tell a totally different story. This shift highlights how Ethereum's scalability issues are still a challenge. Even with layer 2s like Arbitrum and Optimism, users are still looking for alternative like the Binance Smart Chain. Here's another wild Bitcoin story. A Bitcoin whale who's been dormant since late 2016 just woke up and moved over $250 million worth of Bitcoin. This whale's holdings grew from $3 million in early 17 to a staggering $250 million today. Talk about diamond hands, no doubt there. It's unclear why they moved the funds though. Are they cashing out, restructuring, or preparing for something big? Moves like this always stir speculation. Could this be an early investor finally taking profits, or is this whale about to make a strategic play? Either way, it's a reminder of just how profitable holding Bitcoin long-term can be. Moving on to regulatory battles. Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, just said the SEC case against them is officially over. Not only that, but he's predicting the US will become the crypto capital of the world. If true, this marks a major shift in how US handles crypto regulation. Ripple's legal battle with the SEC was a key moment in defending crypto's future in America. If the chapter is closing, it could mean more regulatory clarity, more innovation, and less fears of crackdowns. I actually did my previous episode going over the entire episode covering the SEC case against Ripple, so go ahead and make sure to check that out. Now, for all my long-term Bitcoin holders out there, here's some perspective. Less than 4% of the global population owns Bitcoin. That means that 96% of the world hasn't bought in yet. Ownership is highest in North America at 10.7%, but that's still a fraction of the population. This stat highlights just how early we are in Bitcoin adoption. The potential for growth is massive, and as institutional money keeps flowing in, those numbers will no doubt rise. And finally, let's talk price prediction. Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, just dropped a massive statement predicting we're going to have a Bitcoin hit between 500 and 700,000. Now, why would the CEO of the largest asset manager in the world say this? Because he sees the supply-demand imbalance playing out in real time. With Bitcoin supply capped at just 21 million and institutions fighting to accumulate, price models suggest a supply shock is inevitable. If Fink is even half right, that means we're still in the early stages of Bitcoin's price discovery. Now that's a wrap for today's episode. If you found this valuable, make sure to subscribe to Crypto Over Redbull. To keep the conversation going, send me an email to cryptooverredbull@gmail.com. Hit me up on Twitter @DeFiSean, or check out my YouTube channel, Crypto and Cause Investing. But until next time, trade safe.